Hello everyone, I'm CZ Lumen and this is StarCrat2. What I have here is another game by MrSLOW, who is ranked gold in this matchup, playing as the Protoss forces in the upper right hand corner, going against Brenstead, playing as the Terran in the bottom left, who's ranked silver. This is the first game where MrSLOW is in the upper right hand corner on this map. I don't know if MrSLOW just prefers this map or what's going on here, but we're gonna find. I'm gonna not make a wager, but I'm gonna take a guess that he is going to build a gateway and then a cybernetics core, probably in this area, as well as a refinery here. Then come down here, build up his nexus. Yep, there's the assimilator. I have no idea what Brenstein's going to do here. So he's building up a double gas, and so that means he's probably going to go for a barracks followed up by a factory, and we're going to find out if he goes Hellions or Widow Mines. The last player decided to go Widow Mines, and that did not work out well for him. MrSLOW, on the other hand, seems to have a very solid build order in his just general production here, using a pylon to start a wall off, but he doesn't seem to be in the habit of building a wall off for whatever reason. So yeah, there's the cybernetics core. He's gonna build up his economy, and then he's gonna get a probe out so that way he's able to have a detection. First things that's going to be built is a zealot, followed very quickly by a stalker. Yep, that's what's going on here. And what that does is that gives him the tools in order to fight away any kind of quick Reaper rush. We're going to see if he's going to build a Reaper. No, he is not. He's building a reactor. So this player may be... We're going to... let's see. Is that going to get switched out? That's the question. Switch that out for the factory, so the factory can pump out 2 Hellions or 2 Widow Mines. Build up the gas and supply depot in order to get a medivac out. Yep, there's that. So medivac, so we might have an early medivac or a Widow Mine drop. No? Okay. Tech lab coming up for the factory. What is this going to be? Double Marines. Just making like little guesses here to see what I can like figure out. Yep. So we have a good pylon placement that lets MrSLOW here to see what's going on. There's that stalker that's being built. Alright, robotics facility, and then we're going to see a probe get built as soon as possible in order to give him vision, which is pretty smart, in my opinion. I mean, like, intel is going to help you out. There's the medivac, 2 Marines, 4 Marines. Okay, so we're going to have a Marine drop, it looks like. No Reaper harassment or play. Yep. Alright, full on Marines. 2 supply depots. We have a siege tank, which does give the Terran the ability to really just hunker down here, especially if it's sieged or not sieged. Anybody coming up that ramp is going to have a hard time. Per the usual, we have a hallucinated Phoenix out here. There it is. Where's the sentry? There's the sentry, able to hallucinate a number of units in order to do scouting, as well as trick your opponent into thinking that you're going with a different build, which can be handy. So if you don't let the Phoenix die and just kind of scout around here, it could cause the Terran or your opponent to think that you're going with an air unit, which means that they'll put down missile turrets or anything else and basically spend money on things that don't help out their forces. Medivac coming in for a drop. This is going to be Marines and a siege tank. I like this. Is he going to siege up? Don't siege up. He sieged up. Alright. Well, sieged up Marine tank, that means... Yeah. And there he goes. I think it would have been better if didn't siege up and basically just dealt as much damage as you can and then load up as much as possible, either move or leave. But to each their own. Sieging up a siege tank seems to be the popular idea, and Immortal is brought out this time around. I'm not really sure why. Immortals have a shield that helps it for a little bit really good against tanking a lot of damage really fast on top of their shields. We have a observer. Okay. So by using these observers here, it's very... MrSLOW has been really good at just basically building those observers and bringing them out. Dude, you might want to drop your Marines off so that we can heal them up. That's alright. 3 medivacs, so we're going to see a pretty massive drop here in just a second. And he's seeing this. MrSLOW is fully aware.
Additional supply depots required. What?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's fully aware of this. Which is fun, right? Like, this is what MrSLOW is paying attention to. That's hilarious. So he's full medivacs coming out for the fight. What are you doing, buddy? Dude, you need to be careful with this. Wait. No. No. Is he about to just... Wow! That hurt. That was painful. You better make it count. You've lost a fourth of your forces right here. And I think it was one of the tanks and a bunch of Marines. Oh, we have an SCV, so that's going to help repair. I don't know. Yeah, there's the sieging. Now, remember, sieging means that your firepower or your firing or your attack rate is reduced by half, but you do gain that range and AoE damage. But we're picking everybody back up and running away. What not looking great for the Terran. Not a lot of probes went down either with that. 3 probes total. That was... And then just flat out leaving. Like, no, okay, no. I thought he's like flat out left and... Mixed feelings about that. That fight did not go very well for the Terran player. Great counterplay by MrSLOW. MrSLOW is doing a fantastic job just playing this game. His Blink has not been updated yet or researched yet. Terran just now bringing down the second command center in order to start working on, and that's not going to last long either. This game must be a short game. This is, I mean, look at this. MrSLOW already has a 3rd Nexus up, fully saturated. I mean, 56 workers to MrSLOW against 25 workers for the Terran player. Just a hefty economy behind this. Trying to zoom in here. Like, you need to... This is bad news if you're a Terran player, especially seeing this. Look at that. I mean, right here, good time to siege. Because they're running into you and you get the siege units off, but... Ugly fight. Terran does manage to hold their own. That shield bubble basically giving all of these Marines a -2. I don't know what the movement was for, but if he is trying to figure out why, oh, he's trying to go in the bubble to not suffer the effects, but I don't think that's the case. I think that all that does is it gives these guys that basically a +2 armor buff with a minimum damage of 1. Right? Damage is always, if it's reduced enough, it's always going to be at least 1. So I don't know if that's a thing. If you can go inside the bubble and nullify that damage, I think it's game mechanic wise, everybody in the bubble basically just has has that reduction, that armor or damage, incoming range damage reduction. So, but hey, Terran did a good job fighting that off. You saw it right here, folks. A 4th base coming up for the Protoss player. MrSLOW is just, if you're a Protoss player, this is what you want to be doing right here. This is absolutely fantastic. Thermal Lance is coming up for the Colossi. to be able to counteract that bio army. So this is just solid play by the Protoss player. We have shield batteries that protect the probes if need be. We have a warp prism on standby. MrSLOW moves his observer to monitor the army size of the Terran player. Worker-wise, it's 76 to 33. This Terran player hasn't a clue. Not a clue. Probably thinks he's doing pretty well. Amazing. Supply drop to a supply depot to double that, so that way he doesn't have to spend 100 resources in increasing the supply cap. But he's so far behind on his economy that these forces are not going to be great. No engineering bay or anything to upgrade his forces. +1/+1 for the Protoss has been researched with plenty of gas and minerals to spare. Really, actually, MrSLOW doesn't have a big army. He's just base building. 37 to 59 army supply. So, Terran, if you are going to do a 2-base all-in or a base all-in, you really need to be putting on that pressure and limiting your opponent's ability to economy up. Because MrSLOW here is economying up very well. And it's going to take time for that to pay off, but he's tripled the Terran's economy. And so anything that the Terran does, even if he wipes out this base 100% with no losses, he's still way behind Protoss. Fantastic setup here. Marines up front, siege tanks in the back. This is a good setup. And now when these guys come into play, the siege tanks are going to be able to really launch a barrage of attacks. But this is probably not a fight you really want to do as the Terran. You want to pick those up and run away, because those Colossi are going to do a lot of damage. Not enough siege tanks to annihilate these right off the get-go, plus a shield battery fighting against you. I didn't see a sentry being able to give a plus. Protoss deploying a huge army of 53 versus Terran's 25. Oh, this is going to be painful. Well, does he have anything in here? No, all he has are medevacs. Okay. Oh, that prism. He's gonna have a rude awakening here in just a second. Warp Prism comes over here and just builds up a bunch of High Templar, and that was nullifies their energy before warping into Archons. The Terran have nothing to respond to this. Like, you need to be pumping out as many tanks as possible and positioning them up as much as you can, because this is going to get ugly. Look at this base. Great SimCity work by the Protoss player. Yeah, he's just like checking out. It's like, what does he have? Yeah, you need to be walling off as much as possible. Use those barracks to try to slow this down as much as you can, because this is just not enough. GG is going to get called here in just a second, I'm sure. Man, look at this. There it is. No GG is called. Taps out. Good game. Really. Man. Hold on. I want to see where that warp gate, or that warp prism. Where's that warp prism? Okay. This is kind of funny. All right. Warp prism's just over here chilling. We're going to speed up just a little bit. Okay, we have the medevacs coming over here. MrSLOW. I just slowed it down just a little bit. Like, this was a good drop and destroy. We're going to see how many workers he's able to destroy with this. I mean, they're going to run away as soon as possible. Or not. Okay. Takes down a few probes. That's a good thing. MrSLOW analyzing what's going on. Almost loses the warp prism. That would have hurt. I mean, like, It's just a warp prism. We have bigger things to take down. Great attack by, yeah, we have an immortal. Just really cleans this up really well, but just takes this warp prism over here and says, all right, we're going to end this game with just a lot of High Templar. Cleans up nicely. Yeah, this is... Watch this game if you're a Protoss player. Because these are... His base building is just top-notch. Really calm. Doesn't really put on a lot of pressure, but doesn't need to. Yeah. Good game. I hope you all have a fantastic night.